But other than that, Diaz, you mentioned him there. I think it's another really strong showing from him.
Well.
They can't live with him at times. Glad he got the goal.
It was dead clever. In fact, Dan, I'll go to you on it. What I thought was dead clever was Salah just knew he had Skulls first half. And what Diaz did, and Jota between them, was they went, we're going to play wherever Wan-Bissaka isn't. So we'll play on Tadebo, or we'll play on Mavropanos, or we'll play on Kilman. But we will just take Wan-Bissaka out the game by virtue of going nowhere near him. So one wing back is 1v1 with Mo Salah, and the other wing back, who was a really good defender, a really good 1v1 defender, is left to sort of have no one, really. And I just thought that was really clever from Liverpool first half. And it was why they genuinely should go in 2-0 up. For all my being annoyed, they genuinely should go in 2-0 up.
I thought they were electric in the first 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's been quite a while since I think they've started really quickly. And it lends itself to the point of them forcing it through at the end. I think they really did think today, no, we're not having any shit today. And then I know it changes in the second half and stuff, but I think they came with a mentality of things are different here. We've been a little bit slack for a couple of games that sorted out. They were the three of them in the first half. Salah slightly wider, but as a three, they were quite often pretty close together. And I always just think it looks better when they're close together. And you've got full-backs high up the pitch. It helps Salah that someone who's willing to go on the outside of him was playing right back. When it's Quansah, that doesn't happen. When it's Jones, that doesn't happen. It just means that he can play closer to the goal and therefore closer to his teammates. He's loads more threatening. And I think it makes Jota a different player when he's within 5 or 10 yards of someone else. I think the problem for him in the way the manager wants to play is a lot of the time, whoever plays up front for Liverpool has no other Liverpool player within 20 yards radius of them. And he's not very big, and he's not very strong, and he's not very quick. And if you're not of them, then it's quite hard to be on your own up front within 20 yards. So I think it will end up having to be someone bigger, wider and faster. But first half, he's got Diaz spinning off him, and Salah's maybe 5 yards away, and he can drop it off to him and stuff like that. So it was significantly better. Second half, they were nowhere near as close, and it was nowhere near as good. I think that's a significant lesson, especially when you're going to play certain players. If you can get them to be nice and narrow around the edge corners of the penalty area, there's so much more threatening than stood on the byline, and Jota's just on his own in the middle, not really doing anything. Then you need the advanced midfielders, the number 8, whatever you'd call it, and the full-backs need to be high and wide, and it makes everyone else's job so much better.
I felt that Bradley's race was run when he went off, and you could probably tell that was a pre-planned substitution to give him the hour. But I thought when Bradley went off, we lost so much threat. I think I was thinking about this during the second half, just before he went off actually. When Sterling was leaving, and you heard the "we're fine because we've got Jordan Ibe" shouts, that history hasn't looked on too well, those claims. I feel like a few fans, with the Trent Alexander-Arnold situation, are sort of hesitant to praise Bradley and what level of player he is, because we don't want to be made to look like fools. Like, we all know Trent is a generational talent. We're losing a hell of a player. So I think a lot of people don't want to rush to say it's okay we've got Bradley, because it's not okay if we lose an absolutely world-class talent. No, never mind where he's from and what he means to us, just as an ability as a footballer. It's not okay. But I do think Conor Bradley, there's a risk of undervaluing just how good and exciting a talent he is. The injuries have obviously played a part.
And that's a bit, for me, that's my reason to rush.
Not been able to see
and
it
also it might just take a bit longer for him. He's still growing. You literally get to see him. I think he looks bigger now than he did 12 months ago in a couple of different ways. I still think he's growing. I think it might still take another 12 months. I do also think there's every chance he plays 300 games for Liverpool from right back, and for the Liverpool side that can win every trophy. So for me, it's not about where he is. For me, it's about, I think they do need to go and recruit someone in the position, because I think we're seeing across this league, full stop, not just for Liverpool, that you need numbers, and you need numbers of quality, because you're playing against Kudus or Bowen or Paquetá or Gamere.
And the physical load on the players. We've seen this with Arsenal all season. It's just too much, and it's only going to get worse if we're at the level we want to be at with Club World Cups and various international tournaments. They're the players we want to be recruiting, players who play all the time. So undoubtedly we need to recruit. But I look at Bradley, his connection with Salah.
He makes such a difference. I think Salah really likes him.
Salah seems to really like everybody. To be fair to him, he seems to strike up connections and partnerships so quickly. But I do think it's evident the connection they've got. Bradley just seems to know where Salah wants him to be, which is a huge thing. But also his strength defending. There was a couple in a row where they were appealing for free kicks. It's the opposite end to me, so I can't really see down in the corner at the Annie Road end. But twice he used his strength, Bradley.
Oh yeah, neither of them are free kicks.
No. You know, he's big, he's strong, he's quick. He can make really decisive runs in field. His delivery's good. He's got an eye for goal. I mean, what's not to like if you can just get him on the pitch? And obviously, with him being a young player, there's going to be peaks and troughs. So that's why you've got to protect him as much as anything.